Alright, a match on step today. Welcome to another Age of Mythology 1v1. Today, in the bottom corner, a blue player named Raktark. Starting off getting boars. He's not moving his berserk. Focusing heavily on getting that boar. Good job. Now he begins scouting. Alright. Playing as Odin today, as blue. Typically as Odin, you use a great hunt on your hunt before you get it. But that's okay. You know, it's boars. Maybe he wants to use that on the chickens. Or maybe another hunt later. Who knows? We'll see. On the other side of the map, we have an ISIS player named Gordy in red. An Egyptian and a Norse game. Priest is building an obelisk. Both players have begun their scouting. Let's take a look at some of the relics while we're waiting. So on the left side of the map, this could be any player's relic, is heroes do more damage to myth units. Hey, another +1 multiplier. So they typically have like a 5 to 6 multiplier against myth units. This is like an extra 13% damage on top of that. You know what I mean? Like maybe another 10% roughly to myth units, which is pretty good. In the middle, we have heroes do more damage as they lose hit points. So as those heroes lose damage, health, they will begin to do more damage, up to 25%. Insane. We have a relic closer to red up here. Increases cavalry hit points by 10%. That's okay. It's a good relic if you're going to go cavalry, if you're a cavalry civ particularly. And we have walls and have increased hit points for blue. That's kind of a bad relic. I mean, if you're gonna use walls, right? It's okay. But normally defensive relics aren't as good as offensive relics. Red's starting to build his temple. As well as starting to go pretty forward with these obelisks. He wants to see what blue's up to. Blue not even bothering to return the sheep that he has found across the map. That's not good. That means he doesn't pay attention to the map. You need to pay attention to the mini map. Make sure you grab those sheep, those goats. Get your goat economy. Blue has a forward house used to kind of scout a bit. Blue building his temple now. Red just hit age up, going with Bast. Get that Sphinx, maybe he'll harass with it. Blue taking out this obelisk with his berserk.
Yo. Skipan.
Doing half a damage at a time. Red just gonna build another obelisk over here on the side, where he can still see blue. But blue sees it, so it's gonna go down. See, where's blue going? Does he see the relics? He wants this relic over here. Great relic. Really great relic. He's gonna have Hersers. Those Hersers are gonna do bonus damage to any myth units.
Hver þar?
Starts off with 2 great hauls. Red has used his prosperity god power. Yeah. He's just starting to finish off his boars. Red still has sight of blue. He wants to make sure he knows what blue's up to when blue comes out of his base. Blue may or may not know about this obelisk.
Yow.
Blue's scouting with his ravens. Both of them at once or with together. That's not a very good way to scout. Not very efficient. Red going in on the goats. A little early, I'd say. If I could click on this goat. Yeah, they didn't have very much food on them. Maybe about 130, 140. I think it'd been better to go for the berries and then the chickens, or chickens and then berries, and then go for your goats. Why wouldn't you just let the goats gather? And he's now going for the chickens and leaves the food from the goat. What is going on? This goat's just gonna decay. Blue's been building up a raiding cavalry army. He's got lots of raiding cavalry. Oh, he went 3 great hauls, so he's been pumping them out. Red coming in with his myth units and god powers, and blue going in on Red's villagers at the same time. Raiding cavalry killed a pharaoh. Take out a villager, another one, and another. Another villager just idling here gets taken out as well. And Red has no economy now. Red did win the fight in Blue's base, but will he be able to do much with it? Blue turns his gatherers for some reason into berserkers, so now he's in the same situation where now he has no economy. I mean, he's gathering food over here. Red starts to send out his villagers to gather some resources. They won't get very far without these raiding cavalry on their pursuit. Blue doesn't know what to do with these berserkers, so he's sending them in. Blue manages to do some damage to Red.
Yow.
Okay. Well, that was a quick game. Both players attacking the other. Red gives up. Red says, I've only got half my economy. Even though he has a larger economy right now. Blue see, you sometimes shouldn't give up if you did some damage and they did some damage, because you never know what your opponent what's up to. He actually did more damage. Red did more damage to Blue's economy than Blue did to Red. Red almost took out the town center, leaving it open for, meaning it's going to get repaired, which costs resources. And it's primed to take out later. Blue had no military left over. He's down to his last two Hersters that he just built. Um, Red had Blue on the ropes, and Blue just gave up, or Red just gave up. He It was like a throw. Why? He still had raiding cavalry over here too. He could keep Red perpetually off of chickens, off of food. He just needs to position like two of these raiding cavalry, like right over here. That way they're out of the town center range, and he can easily go in and attack the villagers when they come out. Meaning Red's stuck not getting these chicken. Blue, I mean, Blue was doing pretty strong, but the town center was fine. He could still gather resources due to Blue's misplays. Red attacked here, and Blue turned all of his wood gatherers into berserkers. I think that was a huge misplay. That just uh, sacrificed half of his economy. I mean, he turns them into military units, but it costs resources to turn them into berserkers, meaning it takes time to get those resources. So, um, and then turning the villagers into berserkers, meaning they can't gather anymore, was a huge misplay, and Red didn't know it. Red didn't know Blue made a huge misplay, so he just gave up. It was a good try. I'm kind of splitting the highlights, it looks like. They were both neck and neck. Red actually has a higher score than Blue, and he gave up. He made it to age 3, impressively enough. Even though he got raided, he still had the resources to make it to age 3. And Blue was coming in, but he didn't have the resources. He only had a small military force. He wasn't going to be able to take Red out. But Red didn't build as much military, and when he flatlined, he called it. But if we look at resources, look at how much higher Red is. Red could have still fought. Blue didn't have anything left. Um, we look at score. Red did more damage to Blue. What was it? There's not idle villagers, civilian units. Look at this. This is what this describes it. Look, they're neck and neck the whole time, pretty much entirely next to each other. Um, this was where Red got raided, right? But Blue raided at the same time. But look at Blue's drop in civilian units. Uh, this must have been right here where he turned the gatherers into berserkers, because he lost some civilian units, and then he just sacrificed half of his economy into berserkers. Um, and Red Red had a larger economy at that point. He could have came back and fought. It's hard to call though, you know. Hard to say when you're in the fight and you see a Blue coming in again, and think the game is over for you, but don't know that you have larger economy. Could have pushed back. Oh, well, that's how it goes. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. You can leave a comment in the comment section providing feedback. And above all else, just remember to have a good day. See you later.